Is that true? Oh, what's my audio output? Stream output. Audio rates 160 on my software, so I don't know what that's talking about. I think that's full of shit. Let's see if it's just a bug. Because if it's 0, then you guys won't be able to hear me. So that's not good. If you can hear me, then it's not 0. That's a lie. Oh yeah, I should probably post this is happening, huh? Oh, we're getting the US bank ads. That means it's live. I hear clicking. Where's my voice? Oh, we're getting the US bank ads. That means it's live. Okay, so YouTube's just having a fit. Because it's saying my audio's bitrate is currently 0, which means I wouldn't be sending any audio data, which clearly isn't true, because I just heard myself in the mic test, so we're fine. We're all fine. Oh, hello, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? I hope good. We're back tonight with another weekly friendly new player tournament where we get together with our weekly friendly new players and have some fun. NC is watching. What up, Kaiju? Kaiju, the champion of our Skaven Slave tournament. Kaiju, you're here. All right. I don't want to make fun of too many people. All right, so I mean this in good fun. I am poking fun. This is not meaning to call this person out. I just want to talk to Kaiju. So Kaiju, did you like the comment on that video where you and I were playing Rapunzel versus Zinch? And we both brought some fun units and we're just having some fun. And there's this comment that was like, well, why don't you try this something stop beating up on new players? Like, you should play a professional player with this build. Of like, Jesus, man. All right. So, like, 1, Kaiju just won a Skaven Slave playoff. And 2, like, I don't know. I was bringing, what did I bring? A Heavens caster or a Beast caster? I don't know. I didn't bring a Life caster. I brought fucking Rapunzel on foot and triple gold chevron pole arms. And then you brought, what did you bring? Soul Grinder was solid. Kairos with, like, Glean Magic and Barona's Time Warp. And I don't know. And that it was just like, dude, read the room. Like, we're just having some fun. Also, I bet, like, again, not to be an asshole, but I bet Kaiju could beat whoever that is. Like, Kaiju is better than, like, 95% of quick battle players. Holy shit. And I also love Kairos failing to hit Rapunzel like literally 15 times. And sure, she had jacked melee stats. She did. But also there was definitely some foot character jank in there. And he's like, this Kaiju guy sucks ass. I'm like, I mean, he probably should have hit Rapunzel like 1 time. So I don't know. That comment was really funny. If that commenter is out there, I mean, you know ill will. It's just funny. It's funny in context. That, yes, Kaiju is actually a very good player. No way, Kairos failed to hit something? I know, it's shocking. I know. Alrighty. Anyway, if you don't check in every week and if you don't know exactly what's going on, 2 things. 1, our stream quality got a massive upgrade, which you should see as soon as we load into game here. And 2, this is our weekly new player tournament. Every week we switch what time zone we're in between EU favored and NA favored. You know, next week it'll be in a EU night time zone, so like after people get off work, which means the middle of the day here for the old United States. And this week it is after the NA people get off work, so it is the middle of the night over here in NA. And for Europe, it is very late, as Contrarian Codex lets us know. Hope you're doing well, man. Just got done watching the Northern Lights. Contrarian, I hope they were fantastic. And you're rooting for Greyheart. Everybody's rooting for Greyheart, because Greyheart's a legend. Yeah. It seems like people really like Clown Azazel. Yeah, Clown Azazel's hilarious. Who wouldn't love it? Yeah. So there are 4 Swiss rounds. There are 4 Swiss rounds where everybody plays, and then if we have any ties after the Swiss rounds, we will resolve those in a basic elimination bracket. Everything's best of 1. If you feel like hopping in, join our Discord. We host them every week in varying time zones. It's gonna be good. Hayseed is here, previous winner of the new player tournaments, and there are people out there that despise Hayseed. No, it's a joke. It's just a joke. It's a meme, bro. The Hayseed community is divided, though. There are people that are sad he finally won a new player tournament because now they don't get to see his legendary Shad builds anymore. And then there are people that are sick of seeing him. And, like, again, I say this in good fun. I mean no ill will towards the people that are making those comments. I really don't. I just find it funny that there's these people that are like, I'm so sick of fucking Hayseed, man. He's been dominating these new player tournaments forever. And, like, he's just beating up on new players at this point. And I'm like, I mean, I guess. Because the thing about Hayseed is if you watch him play, he does have better mechanics by far than your generic new player. Like, if you just take Rob new player, Hayseed is much better than him. You can see his mechanics are really good and his micro's really good. So I get where those players are coming from. But Hayseed also takes these really troll and kind of funny, right? A lot of fans enjoy him. Funny troll builds, but sometimes the builds are just so wild that he loses games anyway. And these people in the chat are like, I'm sick of this fucking guy styling on new players and losing 1 game per tournament with some weird ass builds. So I found the whole discourse funny. I don't actually care too much. I'm not trying to pick a side. It's just funny. There's people out there like, good, get him out of here. What up, Necromancer? How you doing? Need Hayseed to join XMT? He seems like a treasure. We love Hayseed in this house. We're on to our first game. The rest of the night will be replays, so it should keep going along nice and crisp. But our first game will be live, as I have no replays to cast for you. So I thought we would just start with a live one. Norska, a faction we haven't seen much recently in the hands of Greyheart, versus Sigfalt's Slaanesh. Both factions with relatively light armor and high damage. For Slaanesh, we have the Triple Fiends, who have been buffed quite a lot and now are rather relevant in the meta. I'm hesitant to say overpowered. I know some people think they're really overpowered. I personally haven't had too many difficulties with them, so like my gut feeling is they aren't that overpowered. If CA nerfs them like 3%, I think that's fine. I think if they get like a 10% nerf, they'll probably go back into Oblivion. I think that's how like razor thin their margins are, because Fiends are expensive and they die really fast. Anyway, we have Exalted Demonettes of Slaanesh, a Chosen of Slaanesh, couple Furies, and a Herald of Slaanesh with just the Rampage spell for Slaanesh. So very, very elite Slaanesh build, only 500 models. For Norska, it is more standard. We have Berserker front lines, including the Brutes of the Hound, 2 Javelin Throwers, and some Spearmen, some Skin Wolves, Wolfric, and a Deathcaster with Spirit Leech and Doom and Darkness to trigger that Demonic Instability Crumbling a little faster. Brother Vantis and I still haven't been able to connect. Connection problems, OP. Yeah, I heard somebody else having issues with that recently from CA. That's weird. Moving to Minnesota the next week, so I got some free time to get the streams on the last days. Woo! Necromancer, Minnesota is a great state. I love it, but a huge Seafang goes down the line, doing big damage to the Bringers of Beguilement, who have taken a lot of damage. They are demonic, but they're hyper-elite demonic units, so their demonic instability crumbling usually comes just as they're about to die anyway. But Doom and Darkness could change that if the Shaman finds a good time to use it. Now the Brutes of the Hound are getting torn apart, but they have several buffs to keep them fighting at least. Get that melee attack out. Look at how much damage they're doing to the Fiends in the meantime. Skin Wolf's also going to charge in and deal with that. Elsewhere, more Berserkers are getting beat up by these Demonettes and Fiends. Marauders closing in as well. But we really got to see these Javelin Throwers get a lot done, and the Skin Wolves, unfortunately, are not going to protect them. Thankfully, they somehow managed to protect themselves. But yeah, I would have liked the Skin Wolves to wrap around and save those guys. The other Marauder Hunters are not saved. They will be shattered soon, so we really got to see this last Javelin Thrower get protected, because they can do so much damage to the Fiends that we see here. These Fiends are going to fade away. Those Furies are going to fade away. and a Doom and Darkness onto Bringers of Beguilement, trying to get their leadership low, but even with Doom and Darkness, they're at 38 leadership. They are going nowhere unless another Sea Fang hits them, which I think your last Sea Fang, he only has 2, right? Or does he have 3? Why am I blanking this? It's got to hit those Chosen of Slaanesh. The Chosen of Slaanesh got to go, but ooh! Herald of Slaanesh is getting run down by Wulfric right now. Sea Fang does have 3 uses. Don't know why I blanked on that. So one of them has to go towards the Chosen of Slaanesh. Beast of Tashnar trying to ride out and help. The Herald of Slaanesh got the tier 1 army ability of Slaanesh, bringing her up to 140 speed temporarily. Now she is safe and sound. Ish. Never mind. She stopped running. I was going to say she's far enough ahead that she can keep running away, but she stopped for just a brief moment. That gets her caught up in the Beast of Tashnar. Wulfric is back in the fight, and we need Chaos Furies to try and bail her out. They swarm around Wulfric, and they will try and hold him in place, but look how much damage she just took, even from just the dogs. Beast of Tashnar, she has low armors. Their anti-large is doing a lot of good work there. Slaanesh is woefully far behind in the balance of power. They use their last Fury Summon out for now, but still have Jav Throwers chucking in here and there. And if we get a Sea Fang onto that Chosen of Slaanesh, I could honestly see army losses hitting, especially with there she goes. Herald of Slaanesh is down. When she dies, she'll probably take the Fiends with her, might take the Bringers of Beguilement with her as well, and then we just need that game-ending Sea Fang on the Chosen of Slaanesh. Hey, there's a Sea Fang. It clipped him. It counts. But it didn't actually end the game because it didn't hit them enough. Damn it. I would have been right. They just missed. I take no responsibility for my actions. Kyle Lavelle coming in with his usual 1 gifted membership. Thank you so much, sir. But do not feel like you have to do that just to keep the meme going. It is very much appreciated. But if you ever stop, I will give you no shit for it, sir. You are truly a generous patron that I do not deserve the likes of. Bringers of Beguilement finally starting to fade away. Look at him. 300 HP, losing in melee combat, still held on to the very end, and there is army losses. She is safe and sound, Slaanesh Lord, bet. Well, I didn't know she'd fucking stop. Just as I was saying she's fine, stops dead. I didn't know. Exalted Demonettes all did fantastically. The Chosen held forever, but they didn't get much value out of it. Furies did fine. Fiends did okay. But Norska is uniquely kitted to deal with the Fiends. Marauder Hunter Javelins are really good versus large, low-armored targets, which Fiends are. And then Skinwolves are good versus large, low-armored targets, which Fiends are. So Norska's pretty good at that. Wulfric did fine. Marauders and Marauder Spearmen did fine. Berserkers were around, cleaving through stuff. Yeah, look at those Javelin throwers. Even the one that was shut down immediately got 800 value off the Fiends. This one got 1,300, which is huge. Norska holding it down. It's just $5. I'm just saying that don't feel like you have to. Okay. Just checking in on some tournament things. Someone's having issues connecting, but I don't see that lobby. So, 1 second, I'm going to try and help him with that. Electric. Okay, what's a round 2 matchup, just so we know? Temujin versus Fireball. Alright, Electric Spinach is inviting me to lobby. I just want to see if his lobby's gonna work. It's looking like it's gonna connection timeout. Yeah. Okay. That bit of troubleshooting done. Oops, didn't mean to click that. There's his lobby. Okay. We have a game. Brother Advantis versus Greyheart. We'll see Greyheart twice in a row, but that's okay. We just enjoy good games here. Wait a minute. Alright, so Brother Advantis' stuff should be working. Sorry. One of the players is having technical difficulties, and then another player is brand new, so I was giving some advice, and I got distracted from you all, because you all are great. Also legit my favorite Warhammer streamer. Why? Why? Okay. Can I spec? Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch Greyheart versus Brother Advantis. So Grey, if you're out there, give me a spec slot. I haven't gotten any replays yet to cast, and it's a small tournament tonight, so I can imagine that it's... fine. Get the blocker back up. Boop. If we are so great, why do you ignore us? Abby, because I am shit. Because the 1920s Newcaster voice, that's why I do it. Do it. You know what's great about the 1920s newscaster voice is he's only positive. I literally don't know how to be negative with that voice. Hi, Miguel. Sorry there's so many late night streams for you European fans, but this is when I get off work. I have Wednesdays off from work where I can stream in the EU time zone, and I can stream on the weekends. But then what's funny is this week I am working Wednesday, tomorrow. Briefly, because my job has critical sample overload, so they're offering overtime, and I like money, so I'm gonna do that. And also, Grace and I are going. Well, I'm not gonna DOS us, but we're going to her favorite band's concert in a different city. So I'll be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and coming home Sunday. So to use less PTO, I'm gonna work tomorrow, so I don't have to take it because I work 10 hours days. So if you take a day off, it's 10 hours. So if I just took 2 days off, it's 20 hours. It's like taking half a week off, which is Brutal. So if I can just work tomorrow, which I am, then I only take 10 hours off, which is huge. Check that out for inspiration. Isn't that Orson Welles? The War of Worlds? My god. They're coming in. Giant lasers shooting out of their singular eyeball. Trying to get Brother Advantis in here. The Futurama bit with that guy was actually really funny. Where he did the War of the Worlds again, but for the actual aliens. RDOs are pretty sweet. What are RDOs? Random days off? They're not random. I planned it. I planned it, see? In cars? Yeah. Grace and I are saving up for a house eventually. Kids, eventually. Her car is dying, so we need a new car. Not a new car, a new used car, but still. Car. And then my car is 150,000 miles on it, so it's not going to last forever. It's fine for now, but it's not going to last forever. We dipped into our savings a lot to help pay off our student loans, which we're still working on, but yeah, just need money. It's not like a desperate need. That's not some passive-aggressive thing of like, give me money. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, if my job is offering overtime for like my normal hourly rate plus 50%, then yeah, I should probably go fucking do that. Regular days off. Oh, Will. I see. So you're being all educated. Scrolling through my Discord, there's people playing this game, and I don't know why. Why are people playing Total War Warhammer? Alright. Now I have to leave because we're having fire bill in cars! If it's just a fire drill, do you really have to leave? You know it's fake? Brother Advantis' Khorne build looks ready. He is readied up. You can see that kind of behind the blocker. I can move it like slightly. There you go. So you see the check marks. Greyheart is almost ready, and just let me tell you, I know there was a long stall between games. That's why I normally do replays. Alright? The live entertainment is more happenstance than intentional. But just let me tell you, you're not going to want to miss this game. So if you're thinking of tabbing off because it's taking me too long to get into the next game here, just hang on for a second. Just hang on for an itty-bitty little bit, see the builds, and then decide. Hummus streams are great. Well, they also make good radio content, I'm told, by people who don't listen to them. And never will. Boy. I try to listen to some of my own content. It's cringe. I don't know how you guys all deal with it. There's another lore video coming out. It's recorded. It's the Fall of Altdorf. And can I just tell you, there is one of the best Human Boy rants of all time in that video. I'm watching anime on mute while hearing me. That's a hell of a compliment. We take those. Norska build is 30 gold from completion, so I imagine he's gonna throw a chevron on something and call it a day. Says you. Okay, who here, show of hands, who here has read The Fall of Altdorf? I'll wait. I know there's a delay. I just forget how long the delay is. 30 seconds feels like a short time until you're streaming, then it feels like forever. We need to get you as a guest on Lore Crimes with Pancreas No Work and Friends. Who is Pancreas No Work? Who are his friends? I don't read Autumn Chan. Fair. And you win succeeding. I'm trying. Yeah, the end times. So the thing I have an issue with is Vlad von Karstein. And if you have a problem with spoilers, the whole video is a spoiler, so you're not going to watch it anyway. But, like, Vlad von Karstein stabs one of the Glotkin through the chest, one of the Nurgle followers of Nurgle, who is all Nurgle corrupted. It looks like a giant pus bag. And he pulls out his sword, which is covered in black and green steaming ichor. And Vlad, because it's his habit, looks at it, and he desires to taste the blood of his opponent he's so easily slain. So he licks the black and green smoking blood of a Nurgle Greater Lord, and he instantly fucking dies. Like, and now you technocrats out there, I love how I went for someone who is technical all the time, instead I used the word technocrat, which means someone who is employed based on skill. Anyway, you technocrats out there are gonna be like, well, technically he's not dead. He turned into a bunch of bats and fled the battle, and his entire army fell apart, like disintegrated because he wasn't controlling them anymore. And so, no, that's the whole rant, which we won't go to the whole rant, so you only get the preview. But yeah, his entire army disintegrates, and he leaves the battle, and Altdorf falls, all because his dumbass, who was winning, like he was easily slamming Otto of the Glotkin. It was so easy for him. And in like this moment, he was just like, I wonder what that tastes like. Lick. Like, he took the time to wonder. It wasn't like, I'm gloating at you and I'm gonna lick without really thinking about it. It was, he looked at it, he's like, I wonder, and he just takes a lick of the Nurgle lollipop, and it destroys him from within, because, oh yeah, licking pure cancer might be bad. Ugh. I was busy reading this weird third-party Skaven book. That's kind of lit. What the hell is that, for real? Yeah. Is the volume pretty low for your voice? Oh, it might be. No, it shouldn't be. Asked me who's gonna kill them now, and he's like, if all goes well, I will return. Yeah, Evangel, that part was sick, but the part that came after it was awful. Anyway, let's pay attention here. So the Norska build's pretty chad. It has 4 Marauder champions for a front line: Wulfric the Wanderer, double Norskan Giant, a War Shrine Mammoth, a Metals Caster with Glittering Robe for armor, and then 2 Javelin Throwers. Now you nerds out there might be like, that's 5 single entities, that's too many. Yeah, it is, new player, tournament, yada yada, it happens. He's probably listening right now, so Greyheart, just for the future, limits 4 single entities, but this is a chill for fun tournament, so, you know, we're just gonna leave it, but just heads up, usually limit 4. Anyway, on the other side for Khorne, we have the Marauders of Khorne, who are gonna have a terrible time as the Mammoth is pushing straight through them. Double Chaos Knights with Lances backing them up, 1 Minotaur with great weapons, some Flesh Hounds, 3 Chaos Furies, and Scarbrand. And Scarbrand and those Minotaurs are going to have to do some work, because Plague of Rust Overcasted just massacred those poor Chaos Knights with the help of the Javelin Throwers. As we discussed last game, these guys are the unsung heroes of Norska. And the unsung heroes are currently getting eaten alive by Chaos Furies. So you're not that much of heroes, my little friends. It looks like the Furies will get their jobs done. as only Wolfric is back to peel them. Now the Norskan Giant and Marauder champions are easily cutting through the Marauders of Khorne, but where Skarbrand and the Minotaurs stand, there might be more of a fighting chance. These Marauder champions taking a lot more damage than their compatriots, and the War Shrine Mammoth is trying to opt out of this fight now and go get to safety while the Chaos Knights with lances figure out where they should be in this new world. Khorne Furies, some of them are crumbling away with that demonic instability issue. An overcasted glittering robe gives the Marauders 60 more armor, making the Marauder champions an impressive 140 armor that Skarbrand is going to promptly ignore while he kicks the shit out of this giant, stun locking him into a bit of a problem, though the giant is actually getting some hits in despite the fact that it looks like he is getting stun locked. He's actually getting shots here and there. Wolfric has joined the fight against Skarbrand. Skarbrand's in a bit of a bad situation. Needs some Minotaur support, but the Minotaurs are distracted by all the Marauder champions around their feet. Skarbrand is Plague of Rusted while also Marauder Hunter of Champions, giving him 0 armor, and his leadership falters. He falls into demonic instability crumbling, and just like that, Khorne is horribly behind on the balance of power as Skarbrand is going to die. The Chaos Knights achieved very little, unfortunately, and the Minotaurs just got stuck fighting on top of enemy infantry, so every so often they'll get distracted and swing at Marauder champions, while the Giants continue to punk these fools. But Human Boy, Vlad never met a Nurgle champion. Yeah, but Vlad knows not to lick weird black bubbling substances. Hi, in cars. Chaos Knights with Lances had a bad time. Strangely, the Minotaurs also didn't do that great. Fleshhounds struggled a lot, and then the Marauder frontline was outclassed. I think that game was so one-sided that even if he didn't have 5 single entities, like, one of the Giants didn't matter, and I think he still would have won that game, so he could have put it in the corner. The Marauder Champions frontline was just really hard for Skarbrand to deal with, because his Marauders all routed, and then, like I said, the Minotaurs got stuck in them. And then, like, maybe 2 or 3 Minotaurs attack what you tell them to. The rest are going to swing at the stuff that's around them, so their DPS is significantly lowered. And then Skarbrand was also getting his knees poked by some of these Marauder champions. Interesting tech. GG's. Love patches where Giants get taken. Gotta appreciate the big boys. Yeah. New meta on how to beat Khorne cheat. Yeah, like, I will acknowledge that his build wasn't within, like, tournament rules, but I'm also, like, trying to say, while we acknowledge it, it's also not, like, it's not even worth it to get mad about in a for-fun tournament. It's just like, hey, dude. Now, if I see Greyheart constantly taking these rule break builds, even after I tell him that they're messed up, then obviously I'll be mad. But seeing as how this is the first time I've had to tell him anything like that, and he seems like a chill guy, then it's just like, oh, hey, don't do that, and he probably won't do that. So Electric Spinach is going to drop. What's the display for display capture? What? The infinity! Alright, so Electric Spinach said he has to drop. He can't connect to people's lobbies right now. That sucks. But like I said in our Discord, it sounds like some other people have been having that issue as well. We'll just drop that so the bracket makes a little more sense. We have Tiberius and Bongo hopefully playing. Yeah. So now it's just a 6-man bracket. So the bye rounds should just fight each other. Like, Brother Banter should fight Tiberius, and then Fireball Phoenix should fight Tiberius here. Because now there's no reason to have a bye round since we no longer have an odd number. So hopefully people do that, and it's nice and easy. What else? I don't know. I hope those other games are getting played. But hope is a weird concept. Alright, let's do it. We'll do a quick battle while we wait for some games. For some games. I also need to drop from the tourney. Ryder? That's allowed. Here to support my partner. He's in the tournament. Who's that? Who is it? Michelle, you can't leave us hanging. We gotta know. Hi, Lil Troll. It has to be very late at night for you, Lil. Do you hate sleep? Why do you hate sleeping? Who are you rooting for? Greyheart. I feel like he deserves it. Sure. Sounds like we have a game. So what was his name? It was something like really nice. Oh yeah, he does 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotcha. Blocker back up. Temujin! That's allowed. We'll have to get a game here. Actually, I think we're about to watch him. I think. I believe. Temujin, sorry I'm such a noob. I am outright furious that Temujin dares be a noob in my presence. Am I saying that right? Since we have an expert here? Or is he mad at me? Which is also fine. When is the Human Boy versus Tequila Sunset games coming? I don't really want to get 0-3'd on stream, so I'm not gonna fight Tequila Sunset. Tequila Sunset's also a jerk. Twitch.tv/Tequila Sunset is a bully. He's a YouTube streamer who sometimes lurks around this chat, and if he is lurking around his chat, he should promote his channel. Because we don't support him here, so he needs to support himself. Fuck that guy. Doing land battles and conquest and even some domination content. Pretty consistent uploads. Yeah, fuck that guy. I wouldn't want to give him any free airtime. You could also just look for Tequila Sunset vids on YouTube, and it's like kind of a fat Yoshi with a hat. It's his first tournament, so he's a noob too. And no, you're not saying... You are saying right, nice. I will try to be nice, but I'm never nice. So, yeah. This is a new player tournament, so we see mistakes all over the place. I mean, to preface this, before something happens and someone like feels awkward or something, I mean, literally, and I'm not throwing shade, I'm just pointing out facts. We had a game earlier where a Slaanesh Herald stopped dead while being chased by dogs and got eaten alive, just as I said she got to safety because she lost micro. And in that other game, we had Scarbrand definitely overextend and get his ass kicked by a giant on top of enemy infantry support. So, like, it's a new player tournament. Shit's gonna happen. But it's all fine. It's all in fun. How would I report the score first? Alright, game 2. We saw Siegfried with the first game of the day. Slaanesh versus Norska. Looks like he's back on Slaanesh. which I guess we'll just allow. That's fine. Everything's fine. On the other side, our first Dark Elf of the day. Does anybody remember the glorious times when Dark Elves used to be in every single game all the fucking time, and I was sick of them? Well, those times are dead. We're now in the times that Dark Elves are actually kind of novel again, and I like it. I like being excited to see Dark Elves again. Because despite popular sentiment, I'm actually not a Dark Elf hater. I just hate seeing the same thing over and over again. So now that it's fresh, let's go Dark Elves. Also, the legend brought Malekith, which I'm here for. We have Malekith versus Nakari. What a glorious day to be alive. Why did you call the Yoshi fat? Because I think he's big Yoshi. You are the gatekeeper of niceness. I've seen worse, and I've seen better. Oh my god. How is that so insulting, but so true? Oh, Mr. DB, I love that. That was fantastic. Okay. Siegfried with 4 casters of Slaanesh, 2 fiends, the Eternal Entourage Heartseeker Regiment of Renown, a mixed frontline of various Marauder types. We have 1 Spear, 2 Hell Scourges, and 2 regular Marauders, and then we have Nakari. Nakari with just the Rampage that Malekith's gonna have to watch out for, or it'll suck him out of the sky, and the Witstealer Sword and Willy Prey to make Nakari the best duelist probably in the game. For an insane price point, and weak to archers and all that stuff, but straight up 1v1 melee, Nakari might be the best in the game if no spells are used. Maybe could beat Kugath. If Kugath could take Rancid Visitations, then yeah, Nakari's dude. Anyway, on the other side, for the Dark Elves, we have 2 Dark Rider Repeater Crossbows, 1 Reaper Bolt Thrower, a Bloodrack Medusa, some Blackheart Corsairs, Blackheart Corsair Handbows, Dark Shards, Dread Spears, Bleak Swords, and then Malekith up on his dragon with Soul Stealer and Blade Wind for spells. And already, I'm happy to see a player in their first tournament not take every single spell on a caster. That saves you a lot of money. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Let us observe as the Dark Elves reform lines briefly. So Nakari is an insane amount of investment from your opponent. You do have to either... Uh-oh, Malekith's gonna get rampaged. No! Malekith, run! No! He's going down! He's going for a breath attack, but he's getting a rampage down to the Eternal Entourage. Shades, not Shades, Dark Shards and Blackheart Corsairs need to get out and save him. Save the boy wonder. Nakari pops Woodstealer Sword. Malekith's gonna get swarmed out by Furies. Actually, unironically, a Blade Wind would be amazing here as soon as the Rampage wears off. Yeah, just Blade Wind at your feet. Do it! Do it! It would do so much damage! I don't know if he can, because the Rampage just wore off, and he's sending over a bunch of archers. So either a Soul Stealer to heal yourself up, or stand your ground to make you a little more tanky. He's got to pop some kind of ability, but for now he is just trying to hold all of this blob in place so his range stuff can do a bunch of damage. And Malekith, like he's doing right now, he can Soul Stealer to heal up and tank a bit. Stand your ground gives him the leadership. He desperately needs to stay in this for a second. Oh, but the Stand your ground canceled his Soul Stealer because the Soul Stealer didn't quite cast before he hit it. And Malekith is going to die. Elsewhere Fiends have gotten into the back line. Blackheart Corsairs are going to go over and handle that, but Malekith is going down. And that is the Nakari Lord Snipe in action. Malekith's going to shatter, so there is no more Dragon Caster for the forces of the Dark Elves. Nice play there from Fireball. Happens. Dark Shards just kind of firing in general, and I'm surprised Dark Elves are breaking this early. I suppose they don't have Murderous Prowess yet. That is a big leadership buff they need to actually stay in the game. Plus 15 leadership is kind of huge. So without Malekith, I guess their leadership just sucks. Because look at this, a full health Dread Spear is thinking about routing, which is insane. And it is going to route because Nakari's behind it. Come on, Dark Elves, grow a spine. As the Blood Arc Medusa is the only thing with any oomph in this army. Trying to hold it together while the cowardly Dark Elves run away. Boo! Boo, Dark Elves. I liked Tem's build. It was Chad while also being actually pretty strong. Like the Malekith Lord Snipe, Lord Snipe is pretty rough, and then you lose like, what is that, a quarter of your army's funds in one fell swoop. So then it looks pretty bad. And then with the leadership faltering, like a lot of these guys that would have stayed in the fight were breaking because Malekith broke. So that's pretty rough, but I liked his army composition, and his setup was good. Medusa got some decent damage out. It's just a nasty Lord Snipe from Nakari. To be super fair to Malekith, Marathi is a big fan of Slaanesh, so maybe just wanted to see what that's about. Like, he goes in for the handshake, he's like, hey, I hear it, my mother speaks so highly of you, and then Nakari just starts cutting him apart. He's like, what the fuck, bro? That's funny. Fireball's telling me game 2 went different. So that was game 3. That is game 3, then question, why aren't you people reporting your scores? Oh, it makes me upset. I am upset. I'm the most upset. This is how we learn, gosh darn it? Hell yeah, dude. That's the right attitude. If Human Boy is the most handsome Total Warhammer 3 player in the world, I heard a rumor that he is. Well, it's not a rumor, it's just a fact. Because I think I'm the only Warhammer 3 player in the world. He has some decent muscles, doesn't look half bad. Hell yeah. We take those compliments. Because honestly, I've been having a rough week. Been having a rough week. My anxiety is just really high. Anxiety is a bit of a bitch. I mean, everybody who has anxiety experiences it differently, but mine is just like, it's like having a friend that likes to play pranks on you and you don't like pranks. So for no reason, like you're just in the shower and you're like scrubbing up, and then all of a sudden your friend will just whip open the shower curtain and scream at you, and you're just like, ah, and he laughs at you. That's what my anxiety is like. Where like literally nothing is going wrong. You're just kind of walking. Then my anxiety is like, hey bro, what if your heart stops working? And I'm like, oh my god, is my heart still working? Like, you think I'm joking, but I actually have to stop for a second and like put my hand on my chest and be like, do I feel a heartbeat in there? And then when you're feeling the heartbeat, you're like, wait, is that normal? Is it too fast or is it too slow? Am I having a heart attack? Is it beating correctly? Is it going thump thump? Or is it going like thump? Thump thump thump. Thump. Thump thump thump. That's it. I'm dying. I'm officially dying. And you just like lose your shit for no reason for like 10 minutes. And even though like you could tell yourself, obviously, you could do what everybody does, where it's just like, oh, just calm down, bro. Like you can even do that to yourself. You just be like, okay, you're having anxiety. You always have anxiety, so just calm down. But that doesn't stop like that emotional, shitty side of you from just being like, or you're dying. You could be. So I've just been having a lot of those this week, and I don't know why. You know? And like I said, I kind of described it as a friend for a reason, because when it happens, you're not even like... You're not even angry or scared. You're just annoyed. You're like, really, dude? Is this happening again? Now? For what reason? And it's just kind of like, I don't know. I just wanted to fuck with you today. Just today. You're like, fine. Go to hell. That's kind of where I've been at this week. Which again, it's not new. It's just something. When I was a little kid, like a little kid, when I got homework right from school, I would always do my homework the instant I got home, because I would tell my mom. I mean, it was true. I would tell my mom. Sounds like I'm lying. No, I can't stop thinking about it, so I might as well just do it so I can enjoy my time at home or my weekend or whatever. And she was like, yeah, I knew you weren't going to be a chill person. Like, when your fucking second grader comes home and he's like, Mom, I gotta do my homework instantly or I'll think about it all night. She's like, oh, this kid's high strung. His stream looks better than I remember. Hell yeah, we improved it. Thanks for casting his first game. You got it. I hope to cast many more. I love how you queued up for a quick battle after Hummus and got a game before him. Yeah, I don't know why that is. Sometimes it's just cursed. Box breathing helps me a ton. It took me forever to calm down after night terrors. That helped a ton. What's box breathing? I need anxiety and ADHD meds, but I can't take them because of my job having zero tolerance for methamphetamines and basically anything that alters the mind. Hate the Department of Transportation. We just watched... Well, I don't know if I should mention it because it's a political show and politics on the internet is scary, but we were just watching a show that talks about some agencies that are having issues. And it's like, no matter what your political leaning, it is a shame when you're like, okay, that's an agency that needs some reform for whatever reason that in a different time we could all agree on, but I guess we don't right now. But that was a long way of saying, I hear you, man. And I'm sorry to hear you're struggling with that. Hopefully you find some workaround or a decent way to manage it. Because ADHD is no fun. Did you get early access to Warhammer 4? Nah, just upgraded our streaming software. That's the frustrating part. The game's always looked this good on my end. I just couldn't get YouTube to communicate with it, but I had an older streaming software than OBS, and I didn't want to learn a new one. So I was just trying to, like, upgrade this streaming software I had, but eventually I got it as good as that streaming software could handle, and it still wasn't good enough. So we just got a new one. Got OBS, learned it. Tequila Sunset sent me some advice. Tactical Glitch sent me some advice on using OBS, and now we're crystal clear. We have game 2 here between Sigvald and Timoshin. We're going to cast that. It got sent to me. It's from the tournament. And since I apparently can't find a quick battle to save my life, Yes, it's fine. Tequila Sunset, we mentioned you earlier. Plug your channel. Alright, so we just saw this. We saw Malekith versus Slaanesh. I am being told this was the game before that? Or after it? I don't know. It's a different game. And Temu's coming for revenge. We have Wood Elves versus Slaanesh. 4 Wildwood Rangers, a Branch Wraith with Awakening in the Wood, Shield of Thorns, and the Pendulum, and the Withering. That is too many spells, little Branch Wraith. It's too many spells. Then we have the Firebark Elders and Vanguard stuff. Double Hawk Riders, the Sisters of Twilight, and the Lost Sylvan Knights. Now for the Skaven, also a bit of sneaky Ashen shenanigans from Dear Temeshin. Deathmaster Snitch and an Assassin rolling up on the Wood Elves backline. Meanwhile, holding down the front is their Plague Priest with Plague! I love this spell. I've been trying it out recently. I don't think it's OP or even meta, but I do think it's secretly kind of okay. Then we have Natty Booba Sharpshooters, Night Runners, Wolf Rats, Eshin Triads, a whole bunch of Skaven Slaves, and some Gutter Runners and Rat Ogres. So pretty good build. Natty Booba Sharpshooters unfortunately overextend just a little bit. Now they're trying to retreat, get hit with Awakening of the Wood, and hopefully there is some punish coming in from the Skaven that they can at least deal with all these very expensive units that are overcommitting onto Natty Boobas. I don't think we need the Lost Sylvan Knights and the Sisters and both Hawk Riders. That is a lot of dudes to put in one spot to kill one guy. It's an important guy, but I think the Lost Sylvan Knights had it handled. Anyway, Eshin Triads are down. A Pendulum's going to come in and damage the Skaven Slaves. But a nice little breath attack in from the Plague Priest. Does decent damage to the Wild Rangers. And the Wild Rangers are vastly overqualified to kill Skaven Slaves. Meanwhile, the Night Runners will continue to kite out the Hawk Riders. Firing as they go, dealing good damage. Wolf Rat's going to get charged by Great Stag Knights. And Snitch and the Assassin are still trying to come in. Meanwhile, these other Night Runners are kiting out the Wild Rangers effectively, and there's dogs waiting around the corner. I wonder if they'll pounce, but the army is, the battle's getting very spread out, which always makes it much more difficult to constantly keep your eye on everything that's going on. But this game is going much better than the Dark Elf game, as the Skaven actually are starting out with a lead as they are crushing the Wild Ranger frontline, which is very, very expensive. Snitch plus the Assassin are coming in. Pops World Weeping Blades accidentally, which stops him. Do you have the net? Yes, I think he was trying to use Deathmaster Sigil. Yep, he was. Locks the Sisters of Twilight right in Ix's Triads as the Assassin is jumping in. That is going to be a good play. Should get a decent amount of damage down on that big dragon lady. You love to see it. As Hawk Riders come in to bail out the Sisters of Twilight. Ixos Triads, though, happy to fight really anybody around here as long as they don't tear her out. But Snitch is also in. Rival High Talisman reducing all of their melee attack by an impressive 40. Which makes it nearly impossible for them to get any hits. Skaven are still ahead on the balance of power, as the Wood Elves are losing most of their front line. The Hawk Riders aren't getting too much done, and the Night Runners we saw them chasing off earlier are still fine and could come back. They even peeled off a Hawk Rider over there, as Snitch's snipe attempt is doing very well. This is a Twilight pushing them below. Rat Ogres are going to try and keep her on the ground. They are not in time. She gets up into the sky through Dragon Shenanigans, but the Wild Rangers are almost dead. The Gloss Silver Knights are starting to take some damage too. The Branch Wraith did not take Earthblood, so it's not like you can just spam heal the Lost Silver Knights back to safety. As Snick just getting punted around in here, but he'll find his way back to his feet. He'll do okay. Wild Rangers still getting beat up by Rat Ogres. Hawk Riders trying to get shots in overhead, but the Gutter Runners and Night Runners from over there? Yeah, they were over there. They're coming back. They don't have too much ammunition left, but they still have a little bit to put in. Hawk Riders rallying. These Night Runners and Gutter Runners need to be brought back to the fore. I think they're occasionally throwing at the Hawk Riders. One of them is in range, but the rest of the Skaven just reforming around the Plague Priest, doing what they can. Lost Silver Knights and Sisters are probably going to chase off these Night Runners, who will tear her out soon. One of them's out of ammunition, so he doesn't need to run. The other Gutter Runner probably has to run. We have some Skaven reinforcements that need to be brought back into the fore. There's the tear out to take these guys away. Meanwhile, the Skaven are continuing to damage the Hawk Riders and chase off Wild Rangers. And look at how much they've surrounded this Wild Ranger, and even put a Plague Breath attack on it. Fuck these Wild Rangers in particular, as the rats swarm around them. Oh, poor Wood Elves. Nice Shield of Thorns. The Skaven slaves will sure feel bad when you kill them with their own attacks. Now, Stitch the Assassin and Ixos Triads once again hunting down the Sisters of Twilight, who get back into the sky because that's like their whole thing. Oof, that was a nasty little cluster shot on the Ixos Triads, actually. I like that. Predictive Plague, trying to hold the Lost Sylvan Knights in place for just a second. Gets the Plague off, and the Plague Priest stops them in the Plague! Yes! It's still not very good against Cavalry, it's better against Infantry, but I like the innovations. I love that the Plague Priest stopped him and then summoned a giant Lord Skrull right on top of their heads. As the Sisters of Twilight are taking an ill-advised fight on top of Ixos Triads. Now, she will tear out them, like, immediately, because she's a big spooky dragon, and they're just Ixos Triads. Snitch just going in for the kill. She'll probably get back into the sky before he can get to her. Nets are in place. Does he get the charge? Because he actually could get a lot of damage with the scaling damage. Gets the hit in. She doesn't get into the sky. Assassin's Trophy is down. Snitch is trying to snipe her out. She does start to fight back. The net wears off so she can maybe get to safety. Hawk Riders are also nearby, but their leadership is so low. And Snitch's scaling damage is taking a lot of health off of that big dragon. He's doing about 700 damage per hit. That's almost double his regular damage, actually. And she does get away. She will get back into the sky. But elsewhere, the Lost Silver Knights continue to take attrition damage. The Night Runners and Gutter Runners kiting out as best they can, but terror running away from this spooky ghost reindeer. Not happy at all with how Slaanesh sniped out Malekith. Skaven doing a lot better in round 2 than the Dark Elves did, because Skaven are OP. Snitch does World Weaving Blades, stopping himself on the chase of the Sisters of Twilight, but they're just going to get back up in the sky anyway because they are Wood Elves, and they're cowards. Skaven probably need to reform the rest of their ground forces around their hero hammer. All these guys in the distance are dead to you. They're just Skaven slaves, you don't care about them, but you want to keep these last couple Rat Ogres as safe as you can, or at least really punish the Wood Elves for picking them off, so you need Snitch and the Assassin nearby. But the Plague Priest has plenty of summons for the late game. Your heroes are very healthy, so there's honestly a lot of chance to win this game. Rat Ogres are going to take a charge from Lost Silver Knights. Lost Silver Knights will win that eventually, especially with the Sisters of Twilight behind them, but hopefully the Rat Ogres will stay in for a little bit. They take a big chunk of damage. Looks like they are going to rout. Shield of Thorns is on the Sisters of Twilight. They did also get their heal procced. If they can live for 30 seconds to get it, they'll get that heal. But also, I remember the heal being garbage, so we'll see. Snitch is trying to chase her down, but the Sisters should get back in the sky, as they always do. Snitch can't quite catch her. Plague misses the Lost Silver Knights because they just move out of it, and oh no. Wild Rangers have us around onto the Plague Priest while he gets charged by the Lost Silver Knights. And Snitch and the Assassin need to show up and help him out a little bit. So with everything routing, Skaven don't have a lot to support their guys, but they do get a clan route someone else. They build their own support, I suppose, around their triple heroes that are still very deadly. Night Runners continue to cut out the Lost Sylvan Knights, but like the health bars of the Wood Elves are just not looking too good. Sisters, even after their heal, are very low. All the Rangers are low, Lost Sylvan Knights are low, and there we go. Snitch and the Assassin should be able to easily take out this Branch Wraith. Deathmaster Sigil locks her in place. And when she dies, the Wood Elves have no more caster. Bounce power is about 50-50. Lost Sylvan Knights opt back in. A very nice breath attack in from the Wood Elves, getting directly above Snitch so that more of it hits him than usual. And the Great Stag Knights charge in. As the Branch Wraith gets a hit too, Snitch is taking too much damage too quickly, so his leadership is going to falter. It's not really anybody's fault, but it does happen. Another Plague was getting summoned. Oh, I want to see it right here. That would be hilarious. Artie's trying to throw the Plague out. No, it's Awakening of the Wood. The Branch Wraith did that. Why? I guess you wanted to get rid of the Skaven slaves that were near. Well, actually, those are clan route summons or whatever, but Snitch is beating up on her. A very good Whirl of Weeping Blades dissuades the Lost Sylvan Knights from sticking around, kills off some of the Wild Rangers as well. But the Sisters of Twilight are in here, and now Snitch and the Assassin are between a rock and a hard place. They really want to kill the Sisters of Twilight, but they also really want to finish off the Branch Wraith. So there's too many good options for them to fight. They can't quite rout the Branch Wraith, and then the Sisters of Twilight snipe out the Plague Priest who's running for his life. There's no more caster for the Skaven. It looks like this is the last clan rats they're gonna get, as Snitch is still trying to kill the Branch Wraith or the Sisters. Anything. His Wild Rangers are going to rout. The Branch Wraith routes. Everybody's all of a sudden leaving. And this is Twilight. Just get back into this guy because reasons. So they're up there. Is anyone going to focus on chasing off the Plague Priest? I wonder. It looks like he might just rally. Another breath attack is in on the Snitch, doing huge damage to him. Does the Skaven try and rally some Skaven slaves to the cause? And this is really it. Can Snitch somehow beat up on the Sisters of Twilight? We need Assassin's Trophy out onto her just to lower her melee stats so she can't kill Snitch outright. She does get the first hit on him from the charge. Looks like he's fighting the Firebark Elders. Needs to refocus on the Sisters. His only way of winning this game is killing them. He might just tear out soon, but the Plague Priest is back. The Lost Sylvan Knights are very low, but Snitch takes another big shot from her. He's gonna tear her out, and that might just be the game as Army losses hits. And dragons are too spooky for Skaven, but that was a much closer game. Many huzzahs were had. Wild Rangers did not have a good time. Lost Sylvan Knights, oof, the Hawk Riders also sucked, and the Firebark Elders didn't do much. So was the Lost Sylvan Knights and the Sisters just charging around and terror routing everything. Between them, they got 6,000 value. Those two units killed half of the Skaven army. For the Skaven, Snitch got an impressive 1,600 value. His Assassin also paid for himself. Plague Priest did fine, just summoning stuff here and there. Clan Rats did fine. Eshin Triads did fine. Gutter Runners and Night Runners did fine. Dogs got wrecked and Rat Ogres did fine. So the big loss for the Skaven was the Netabuba Sharpshooters early on being out of position and getting picked off. After that, the rest of the army did fine and the game was very close. But it's hard to play from a deficit. GG. Someone clip Human Boy saying Skaven are OP? I would never. I would never say such a blasphemous thing. Alright, I'm just checking in on the tournament chat. It seems like some people are having technical issues or just waiting for their opponents. And am I incapable of finding a quick battle? Is there none? Okay, Tequila Sunset did eventually plug himself, which is good. I swear I've never seen him get a game. I don't know. I don't know. I just out here doing my dues. Be funny if you're on an older build, which is why you can't get a match. I should be on an older build. I've joined people's lobbies just fine. We cast a couple live games. It was good. Quick Battle's cursed. Quick Battle is cursed. Ooh, I found a game. Is it someone I know? It's Culty the Colden. Okay, land battle. Land battles, huh? Who haven't we seen in a while? Let's take Warriors of Chaos. I don't play a lot of them, but there's enough faction diversity there that we can think of something fun. CA heard all your streams where you shit all over Quick Battle and banned you from playing it. Yeah, that sounds like me. Okay, so we've Kate the Colden versus my Warriors of Chaos. It's Slaanesh versus the Warriors of Chaos. Now we are gonna sweat and destroy this nerd. So we're gonna take Village, because Village is the best Chaos Lord, and I will hear no other treason that says otherwise. I would normally take Treason of Tzeentch, because I actually think it is a good spell, and I will. You know what? I'll take it, because Slaanesh has some demonic units that we could pretty easily fuck up with that. Honestly, I'm just going to take Treason. Keep it nice and cheap. I have 60 seconds to make the best build in the history of builds, so we will. We'll take Cockatrice, because it has a funny name. We'll take Dragon Ogres to honor Hayseed. Rest in peace, Hayseed. You'll always be remembered, brother. We'll take a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth for the same reason. Rest in peace, Hayseed. You'll always be remembered, brother. 5 Marauders for our front line. How many marks do I have left? I have 2 marks left. Perfect, because I need Rot Knights, and I need... another Cockatrice. No, not another Cockatrice. That's too troll. What do I need? Anti-large, anti-large. We have some Cav, so I could use light Cav. Get a Slaanesh light Cav, and then another Slaanesh light Cav. Fuck that. Too much money. Taking a dog. And then I need better infantry. That's not gonna happen. Chosen with halberds. This army sucks. Thanks for the Dragon Ogre representation. I got you, brother. Keep resting in peace, because you're apparently dead. I didn't realize how detailed the armies were up close until recently. Yeah. I mean, if you have your graphic setting on stupid high, like I do, then yeah, they look fantastic. Hi, Fireball. If you don't win, I'm unsubbing. Okay, no pressure. Enemy troop count is low. My troop count is lower. So, for our front line, we have Village and some Chosen. Bunch of Marauders. Cantankerous assholes, a lot of them. How fast are you? How fast are they? They're not fast. Wow! My opponent just readies up without even giving me several minutes to set up. Truly, the age of chivalry is dead. What is this army? Can anyone explain to me what this army is? Because it's actually fucking garbage. Okay, good enough. Ooh, yeah, I can freeze something in place. Yes, I can. That could be really helpful on the side with the Rot Knights. Yes, okay, it's all coming together. Let the Cockatrice support the Rot Knights, and then I guess dogs. Yeah, dogs get that control. Ooh, that's not smart. Don't do that. Okay, okay. So then get out of that control group entirely. Give me that. Give me that. Give me these. Sure, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go! Let's do this! Vote Marauders. Vote Marauders. Ha! Not chosen. You're about to have a bad time. And I have 2 more Marauders I'll send over here. I haven't looked at his army at all, honestly. Hairless Slaanesh of Shadows, Allures of Slaanesh, who has Rampage. Okay. Chaos Knights, Hellstriders, and Heartseekers, and Bringers of Bahamut. Cool. So these 2 Marauders are just gonna die to Cavalry, which is fine. I will have some Dragon Ogres support them briefly. But I'll mostly want to take that fight later with my Halberds, so I want to kill everybody off. Okay. Just trying to nuke these guys real quick. Shaggoth will take the fight on top of our own Marauders. But with my Treason of Tzeentch and a rear charge, we might be able to take these guys out. Yeah, Shaggoth is stuck in a bad situation, but I'll just let him swing. Oh, I forgot my Rot Knights. Fuck him, don't need him. Who needs Rot Knights? Okay. So our Shaggoth got power fisted, but we kind of expected that because we're still trying to kill these guys. I'm gonna try and net these Heartseekers in place so that I can send Dragon Ogres and Rot Knights after them, which will be checks notes fantastic. Well, we successfully killed the Bringers of Beguilement, which is pretty huge for us because the Bringers of Beguilement were the main tool that had to kill my Chosen, so there was some tactic to that, even if it looked really stupid. I promise there was an intent there. Now, Treason of Tzeentch, these guys is my Dragon Ogres fight. What kind of fight they want to fight? I mean, they're anti-large armor-piercing stuff. We get Rot Knights in there as well, so that should be a good engagement for us. I'm actually going to disengage my Cockatrice so we can get up into the sky and go support that battle. Now, the Dragon Ogres are taking a lot of damage, but they're dealing a lot of damage, so I guess it's kind of okay, he said, questioningly. Not confident, but it is what it is. Rot Knights are also getting dicked on. You know, this is allegedly a good fight for them. Cockatrice lands. With magic damage and all that stuff, it should be pretty good against the Herald of Slaanesh, but it's probably not gonna be because it's a Cockatrice and it's bad. Alright, it immediately got distracted and didn't do anything I wanted it to do. My Rot Knights and Dragon Ogres got messed up. Honestly, really good real charge for my opponent. Like that a lot. Cockatrice still sucks, is not doing very much, so I'm just gonna get it back into the sky where it can suck and not do much somewhere else. So that's the measure of success these days. I am starting to doubt that my army full of units that are considered bad is not going to win the game, and I am shocked by that fact. Who knew taking Dragon Ogre Shaggoth and other Dragon Ogres was a bad idea? I want to check out this sick rear charge. Get ready for tens of damage. No, don't you lag out on me now! No! I was about to do the coolest thing known to mankind. Yeah, sneaky dogs. The treason of Tzeentch betrays you all. Oh, fuck, they're routing anyway. At this point, my opponent has, like, killed everything pretty intensely. There is, like, a 2% chance that if I just sit on these halberds, we can still win this game, but I don't know. That seems kind of lame for all parties involved for a quick battle, so I'll probably surrender here in a second. It's a nice combo of the Withering, though. Minus 30 armor. It's a perfect Musk is still debuffing these guys. I don't need it. He's taking him out real quick. Yeah, he doesn't even need me to forfeit just to save us both times. He's just gonna win regardless. This cockatrice has gotten 300 value while fighting literally the entire game. Look at you landing there and then just T-pose like a dumb piece of garbage. Alright, GG. Kalte the Colden. G's, and well played. I was sent a replay from 2 of the tournament players, but it is not from the tournament itself. They got bored of waiting for someone that is currently missing in action. My mods are looking for the missing in action people. Should have gone Festus, Nurgle, Warshine, Mutalith Blob. Hey, in-cars. Now that's an idea. I'm okay with it. I took a not optimal build for a bit of fun, but also whoever that was actually played really, really well. So I congratulate them. I love seeing good players on quick battles. Alright, so this silly build thingy from Greyheart and Siegfried, just to entertain us while we wait for other tournament replays. Norska brought Marauder Horsemen throwing axes. Ooh, that one is in way too deep. Did they get rampaged or something? They might have, or they might have just way overextended, but they need to get back to safety. We have Wolfric on a Mammoth, a Feral Manticore, a Skinwolf Werekin, Marauder frontline, no caster, and another Manticore. For Slaanesh, we have a Cultist, Sigvald, also no caster, a Soul Grinder, Seeker Chariots, the Eternal Entourage, and then a front line of Devoted Marauders, Princess of Perfection, Devoted Marauders, and Devoted Marauders. Okay, so Marauder front. No Chaos Warriors to be found here. Good thing you can't corner camp in the middle of the desert. True. In cars, don't unsub. Or do. If you have to. I prefer not, but if you have to. Nice Sea Fang through the front line. Princess Perfection take a lot of damage. And the Skill Quare Kit is in there. What is happening in this? In this absolute clusterfuck up front. Okay, so Chaos Spawner getting through. They're killing a lot of Marauders, and yeah, the Marauders are going to rout here. Skill Quare Kit still holding the line as Wolfric on his Mammoth tries to hit Sigvald, and is finding that to be a strangely hard task, but the Eternal Entourage are here, flanking Wolfric. That's going to be bad. He is a nice, big, juicy target for all these Eternal Entouragers. Hunter of Champions on Sigvald, making him a little easier to hit, however. But not for Wolfric, who is still on a Mammoth. And checks notes, Mammoths are bad. Ooh, a Soul Grinder versus a Manticore. That's an interesting duel that any side could win, and the Soul Grinder's winning it. Consider me not shocked. Manticores, I don't miss you being overpowered because that was a very stale meta in Warhammer 2, but I do wish you were better than literal garbage. Soul Grinder of Slaanesh kicks the shit out of the Manticore while the Eternal Entourage and Sigvald have brought Wolfric down to half health. Now, to be fair, Wolfric has also brought Sigvald to half health, but one of you can heal, and one of you has like 16,000 health, so losing 8,000 of it is still pretty impressive. Skimwolf's trying to take the fight to Sigvald. Tackles him. Whoa! That was cool. Alright, Skimwolf. I see you. Very nice. So how's Norska doing elsewhere? Elsewhere, we have some Marauder Hunters. They're throwing axes ready to throw. Probably should throw at the Eternal Entourage or the Soul Grinder. Something nice and big you can hit. I saw a couple axes onto Sigvald, and Sigvald is too teeny tiny for that sort of aggression. His throwing axes pelt this poor Soul Grinder. He loses about 1,000 HP off that volley, so that was a good volley. As a Sea Fang takes out the Princess of Perfection and the Devoted Marauders, Wolfric should be able to deal with them in good time. But the Skinwolf is not having a good time. He's getting punted around. As 3 spawn kill a Skinwolf before our very eyes, the Marauder Hunters are still trying to focus up and throw at the Soul Grinder that has taken just so much damage from them. Wolfric gets in a rear charge. Can he really do anything? No, because he's on a mammoth, so he's just going to stand there and stutter step. Then he gets one swing onto the thing you weren't originally trying to swing at because he's Wolfric on a mammoth. This man can't focus to save his life. But he is killing Secret Chariots, which checks notes anyone can do. Literally anyone can kill Secret Chariots. Hell, half the time Secret Chariots just kill themselves. There they go. The Soul Grinder was even thinking about demonic instability for a little bit. Now he manages to rally, but a Skinwolf Werekin is on top of him. He's like, no, no, please keep crumbling. Please, please keep crumbling. So you can just die of your own natural suffocation, and I don't have to actually deal with you as other Skinwolves are coming back in. Hunter of Champions is back out, but Wolfric is taking so much damage, and this game is on a knife's edge. Don't believe the balance of power. If Wolfric dies right now, which he is skyrocketing to, well, skyrocketing? Plummeting? Plummeting. He is plummeting towards death, and if he dies right now, Norska's leadership will fall apart so fast. Demonette Summon is out into the late game here from the cultists as everybody piles up. The Demonettes can just swing in any direction, do what they do so well. Wolfric's down to 3,000 HP. Sigvold's at 3,000 HP. Which, I mean, when you're a giant mammoth, is much more concerning than when you're a little teeny tiny man. The Demonettes continue to fight. Wolfric is getting lower and lower. Does the Lord Snipe happen? Because if he dies, take stock of what's all going to rout. That Marauder Horseman, gone. Those Spearmen, gone. Manticore, gone. Skinwolves, gone. Everything's gone if Wolfric dies. 1,300 HP, still falling. He's even starting to rout, which is actually a blessing for Norska, because that means he leaves the fight. And there's nothing on Slaanesh that can chase him, so Wolfric is nice and safe as long as he stays nice and safe somewhere else. But Sigvald is here to beat that shit out of the Skinwolf Werekin. And he says, I've carried games older than you, old man. Starts beating up with this poor Werekin who's also thinking about routing. But here's the thing, if everybody routes away from Sigvald, nobody kills Sigvald. So somebody's gonna have to stand and fight him eventually. As the Manticore is sniping out the cultists, Premier Warriors are coming over. And there have been Premier Warriors in this game this whole time. And I didn't even know they were here. Wolfric will rally just like that. Bounce power is going into Norska's favor once again, and I am inclined to agree as Sigvald takes throwing axes to the face and shield. Not so pretty anymore with a hatchet in your skull as he continues to kill the Skinwolf Werekin, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The Famir are rather potent. The Feral Manticore, as much as it sucks, is still a thing that lives and breathes, and Sigvald's heal cap is approaching while the Runner Hunters try and get more throwing axe shots at him. Instead end up in melees. That Skinwolf is not routing. I feel like Sigvald's been hitting it pretty consistently, and it's just like, no. It stays in the fight.
We need slaves. Kill them, but not all.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I heard verbatim from those Marauder Hunters. We need slaves. Kill those Fud-Duddle. Question, what is a Fud-Duddle, and how does one kill it? Cultist is about to rout as the Manticore is currently chomping on him. You've given it hell, Cultist, but I wouldn't want to... Yeah, okay, that's about how I thought that would go. I wouldn't want to be you in this situation. Cultist is gone. Wolfric is just staying safe over in the corner. Skinwolves are trying to regenerate. The Skinwolf Werekin is routing, but he will return and he will heal stronger than ever before. And Sigvald's healing is nearly at an end. Mortal Blow and Sliver Slash are popped as he tries to mess up the mirror. Wolfric's coming back over, probably just to get in range to throw Hunter of Champions on Sigvald. Sigvald gets bowled over by a Manticore. But Siggy kind of needs to just fight whatever comes near him at this point. He can't really pick his battles, and if he keeps getting separated out, then he will just get rear charged over and over again. Wolfric's coming all the way in, which I find alarming. Hunter of Champions is down, but my offer still stands. If Wolfric dies, Sigvald can 100% win this game. But he gets a good shot on the Sigvald, and now Sigvald will army loss. It was all good in the neighborhood. Good job, Greyheart. In the no caster game, Norska is supreme. Because aren't they just Khorne, but with a little more hair? Ooh! Sigvald's value, 3,100. That is straight up poggin. Okay, I learned I have to go do admin stuff, which I don't want to do. Okay, So it seems like we have two players who have disappeared into the abyss. Bongo and Tiberius, no one knows where they are. And at this point, the tournaments are going for an hour and a half, so you'd think they would have reappeared by now. Okay. Oh, where does that leave things? And why is hosting tournaments so hard? I just want them to be simple. So we lost Electric Spinach to probably CA issues, because he was having the same issues some people have had getting in lobbies. Tiberius and Bongo are dead. For these first two rounds, they do nothing. Here, Tiberius and Bongo are gone, so that would just make me think that Brother Advantis fights Greyheart again. And then in the final thing, Tiberius and Bongo are gone, so Temujin would fight Fireball. Okay. Do you guys think Fireball is excited? I think he's excited. Yeah, you might as well see what I'm typing. I have an idea. It's a bad idea, but I have an idea. We went from 7 players down to 4. For the record, I've never won a new player tournament on Human Boy's channel. It's true, Incaris. It's true. I think a fitting way to end a weird night would just be an FFA and call it. We'll see if Temu's still here. We have Fireball, who's down. Brother's down. Gray's down. We just need to know if Temu's still here. Now we have other people coming in. Hey, fuck you. I was asking the new players. Get out of here, Ryder. I didn't ask you shit. Yeah, screw this Temujin guy. Alright. He doesn't get to play, just does. More than what I missed? Nothing. What do you say fuck me for? You know what you did? Alright. Hopefully it's not too terribly laggy, but fuck it. Let's send it. See what happens. I miss my brother losing, don't lie to me. Nothing. Nothing happened here. Alright, host the game as a spectator. Map setup, free for all, and I'm a spectator. Alright. We got a fucking free for all, boys. I don't know what else to do. When you have like half your people, half the people leave your tournament in the middle of it, you're like, I don't know. I got nothing. Alright, let's go. Brother Vantis, everyone's here. Everyone's here. What is FFA? Free for all. Agency? I was doing the same still hard needs to be done as possible, or am I unable to relax? Are you talking about the anxiety stuff, Lil Trill? Or did I miss context? I might have missed context. And I'm sorry. It's not gonna lag though, because why would it lag? Very good game. Was this really new players? Yeah. Yeah, they're good. That's the problem with new player, is like it's a spectrum. If you're new to multiplayer in general, you're gonna be very different than people who are anyway, if you're new to multiplayer, like you came from campaign, you're playing multiplayer, you're gonna be different than someone who's like not played many tournaments, but they've played a lot of quick battles. So I don't know. It's just generally we set up these new player tournaments to be like, listen, we'll filter out the people who are obviously good at the game, and that'll decrease the amount of shitty games of like new player versus veteran player and getting their day rocked. Game name? Rat. Desert Canyon? Oh yeah, Desert Canyon sucks. I don't want that one. Grove of Slaughter, that one's really hard to cast. What about Lost Temple? Yeah, Lost Temple's good. We'll do Lost Temple. Desert Canyon is cool if you're not lagging, but if you are lagging, it's a miserable pain to get your guys to go through those corridors. Alright, Temu's on his way. He messaged me. He's on his way. Don't you worry. I'm gonna put the blocker up just so I can sneak a peek at some of these builds without revealing to all the other players what's going on. Because you know we have sweaty tryhards in free-for-all. Alright, if I had to rate the builds on a scale of 10, Brother Advantis is currently just sitting on his Lord, so I give that build a 10 out of 10. I think it's ready to go. For Wood Elves, 2 out of 10. Garbage. On the other side, Greenskins, 2 out of 10. Equally garbage. The only good build is the build with just a Lord. Temu's here! Hey, Fireball Phoenix. Hey. Hey. Your build had more than a Lord in it, so you lost points. I'm scared, okay. I'm gonna grab a sparkling water while these guys build builds. This is our lives now. We get shoved into free-for-all by the bullying of chat. He called you a sweaty tryhard, and you were right. Eon in my Discord's just popping off, and I love it. Who drew the blocker queek? Ragnar. He does most of my art for event prizes, like the Azazel he did for Kaiju. Oh, wait, are they waiting for me? No, I'm not ready up. Okay, my bad. I'm ready up now. All right, I'm gonna get that sparkling water I mentioned. Oh, everybody's ready. Cool. Let's lag. Let's do it. Did I take the blocker down? I didn't take the blocker down. All right, let's go. Beep beep. This is Bubba. Guys, I tricked Grace into coming. Ask her questions. She's coming to offer wisdom. Grace is coming. Grace is coming. Grace is coming. I didn't trick you. I didn't trick you. Come in here. No, camera's not on. You think I look like this in the camera on?
Yeah.
No pants, shirt ripped down the middle.
That's not what he's wearing.
Just a tasteful amount of cleave.
Alright, folks, that's not what. That's not what he's full on the cleave. So mean to us. I don't know. Just mean to everyone.
Okay, so Inkar's asked Grace why is Hummus so mean to us, and Grace said,
I don't know. He's mean to everyone.
I am not mean to everyone, liar pants.
You are mean to Hazel. Computer through the wall. Not as much as in our old place, because I don't know if he explained this, but his office in the new house is in the basement, and so I spend most of my time on the second. Well, it's a split level, so I spend most of my time on the second floor.
Okay.
And so I can hear him, but it's not like at our old place when his office was on the main floor next to the living room. Then I could really hear him, and it was. I had a couple times where I had to message him on Discord and be like, "Hey, you need to tone it down."
Those were not
being really loud.
Those were not good times.
No.
All right, you have 3 more questions, rapid fire. Then we gotta go.
When you come play a new player tournament, when am I gonna play one? Oh,
Yeah.
probably never.
All right, you skipped Will.
Oh, okay. Hi, Grace. Who's your favorite human boy?
Yay!
I don't watch a lot of streamers, so.
And then there's Scotch, and then we gotta cast the real game.
Gosh, what's it like being married to a giant rat? I mean, you get used to it. Another woman. Hi. I'm guessing this is kind of a male-dominated stream, so
Yeah.
glad you're here.
All right,
Michelle.
the game started. Thanks, Grace. Love you so much.
Oh, you can't just do that.
But they love listening to you. And now you brought Hazel and the moo cow, and now I'm swamped with animals.
That's true.
All right,
Bye.
bye. Siegfried took the hill. He full vanguarded his wood elf build onto the center point, and I guess this is just where he lives now. So we have the Hawkeyes of Shakira, Way Watchers, Glade Riders, Wild Riders, and then Glade Lord with Arrow of Kurnos and Prey of Anathrema, and then Ariel. And we just hit start on the game, so there's going to be some lag. We'll see if it stabilizes. Hopefully it should. I see a good amount of wings flapping from the Chaos Sorcerer of Fire, so I have hope. But right when you hit start is going to be the worst point. We'll see if it stabilizes. Anyway, for the forces of Chaos of Brother Advantus, we have Chaos Knights, Dragon Ogres, Marauders, Chaos Warriors, the Severed Claw, and then a Chaos Lord of Fire on a dragon with just Burning Head for a spell. Grace, how do you recommend we be supportive, encouraging community for your husband so that we can do the opposite and not be nice or anything? Oh. Well, just constantly dislike the videos and leave terribly unhelpful comments like my voice sounds weird or things. Those are real comments, by the way. People just show up and they're like, your voice sucks. And it's like, oh, that's actionable. I can change that. Anyway, for the Greenskins of Greyheart, we have some Orc Biggins, Orc Boys, Orc Arbor Boys, Savage Orc, Boar Boy, Biggins, Crimson Killer, Black Orcs, a Giant, which is not an Orc, Orc Boys, Orc Boys, Orc Boys, and then Azhag the Slaughter, who is in fact an Orc. So this is an all-Orc build except for the 2 Drunken Giants wandering through it. And then last, but definitely not least, we have Temeshin on the Vampire Counts, Crypt Horrors, Cairn Wraiths, a Corpse Cart, Vlad and Double White King with another Corpse Cart, and then a whole bunch of zombies and skeleton spearmen, dire wolves, and fell bats. The lag seems to persist, but we will endure as Sigmar did before us, as all of a sudden, as I mention it, the lag just fades away. Go, Giant, go. Your buns are barely covered, my giant friend. Up on the high ground, the Chaos Forces are getting shot at by Way Watchers. Dragon Ogres have a little bit of missile resist to protect them, but no one can truly protect it from Way Watchers. Looks like the Undead are mostly going to take the fight to the Greenskins, and the Wood Elves are mostly going to fight Warriors of Chaos. As Wild Hunters of Kronos hold these guys in place, Dragon Ogres even get Pravenoth Raymond, lowering that missile resistance to their scaly skin barely helps them as the Way Watchers get shots in. But a big flank is coming in from the Dragon Ogres, and Chaos Knights and Glade Riders with spears are unaware of the doom befalling them. Nice rear charge in, gonna be a lot of damage there, and a Burning Head even goes through double. Way Watchers getting a lot of damage out, but we have a Tempest in. Ooh, this is gonna be so bad. A Tempest in from Ariel to slow this guy down and damage him, but the slow is also making him an easier target for Way Watchers. I actually like this a lot. The Brother Advantage is trying to just charge in, trying to land on the Way Watchers so they can't shoot him as much, but man, he is so slow. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Vampire Counts and Greenskin front lines merge. Orc Boys holding against the Undead. Azhag's armor giving them insane defensive stats as Vlad gets attacked by Azhag himself. The Crown of Sorcery commanding him to kill the vile Undead as he purges straight through them. But some of the monsters of the Undead, the Fellbats and Varguys, flew over the top, and they're now fighting Savage Orc Boar Boys and Orc Arbor Boys, getting some decent damage out there as the Giants wade into the central fight. Chaos Lord down to just under half HP. It looks like Chaos is definitely getting the upper hand against the Wood Elves here. I mean, they have taken some serious damage, but overall the Wood Elves are in worse shape as Chaos Knights try and run downhill, ignore Ariel, and get onto the Way Watchers and shut them down once and for all. We have other Wild Riders just trying to keep these guys alive, trying to keep the Way Watchers spirit in there. We have a Giant currently clubbing the piss out of a Corpse Guard, and that is the correct target. I mean, with a blob fight like this, you really don't want the Corpse Guards constantly healing and providing buffs for all the Undead. So I actually really, really like the Giant's priority there, killing the Corpse Guards. Meanwhile, Vlad and the White King are trying to defend it and push him back. Elsewhere, the vanguard of the Undead force is stopped, pushed away. Undead continue to hold the Greenskins in place, and Chaos continues to run down the Wood Elves. So right now, I would say Wood Elves and Chaos are on the back foot. Wood Elves more so than Chaos health-wise. Wood Elves have more damage. Siegfried has more damage out than Temeshin, but Temeshin's going to live longer, so I suspect he'll catch up. I do think the Greenskins and Chaos are both in the best spots overall. Chaos is still pretty decently healthy. And the Greenskins are getting a lot of damage value from just grinding with the Undead, but Azhag needs to be careful. He's taking a lot of damage in there. Wouldn't be shocked if he died. Meanwhile, the Chaos Lord of Fire got a quick burning head off, but the Way Watchers sniping him once again. There is no healing for this Dragon Lord, so he will be pushed away. Severed Claw undeterred, Marauders undeterred, Chaos Warriors also full HP. The Wood Elves have some cavalry left. They still have some Way Watchers, and they did snipe the Chaos Lord, so I guess that is something. For the Undead, the tides seem to be turning in their favor as they are beating up this Giant quite badly. And Azhag's also not looking too good. Meanwhile, Vlad and the Double White Kings both chilling, vibing, doing completely fine. It's the Corpse Cart. The one that remains is still trying to heal up all these zombies and Cairn Wraiths and such. Crimson Killer's in here doing their best, but Cairn Wraiths actually with the buffs from the Corpse Cart And if Vlad has Van Hell's Dan's Macabre, yeah, he doesn't. But if he did, he could buff with the skin rates enough they could actually deal good damage to Crimson Killers. Azag's Art Armor is out. Might save the Giant. Might not, though, as Vlad and the White Kings continue to slap him down. Value-wise, Vampire Counts are trying to catch up. Meanwhile, Wood Elves gotten themselves some space from their brief little King of the Hill stint. They have backed off since then, and I don't love this. Greyheart's Orc Auror Boys leaving the fight before it's won. He's definitely counting his chickens before they've hatched, as the Undead not getting shot at by the archers should actually be able to win this melee grind. That could be a mistake from the Greenskins, but it looks like he wanted to aid the Wood Elves a little bit here. Wanted to get some of that juicy chaos value before they flanked him or something, so he is moving up there. The Orcs spreading out their battle lines a little bit. The Undead, on the other hand, sticking together, realizing they can't fight 3 battles at once, but dang it, they're going to win the battle they're in. The Giant is routing, Azag's down to 2,000 HP, and the Orc Boy front line is running out of gas. Still have the Crimson Killers that are very healthy, and we have 1 Giant that's very healthy, but, I mean, the rest of the Undead army is here, and they're all healing up from this Corpse Guard. It's got to be charged by now. It's doing good. Elsewhere, the Wood Elves continuing to try and kite as best they can. The Way Watchers have been given a redonkulous amount of space as the last healthy Dragon Ogre is in the back, trying to stay away from those guys. The Chaos Knights have been routed off. It looks like the Wood Elves have just isolated Chaos down to their infantry, who are now marching haplessly after the Wood Elf forces, getting cycle charged and shot while the Greenskins attempt to flank them. The Undead are catching right back up to everybody. Looks like they're going to surround this Giant again. The Crimson Killers are trying to cleave, but there's Crypt Horrors, there's Karen Wraiths doing plenty of damage back to these guys. And Azag's just sitting above like, what do I do? How do I help? All my archers abandoned me? Giant buns. Yeah. The unstoppable March of Chaos is still getting closer and closer to these Way Watchers, who are up against the wall, and Ariel herself has taken a lot of damage too. Now, she has the Berry Wine. Could she use that on herself? If she could have, she doesn't have it anymore, so Apotheosis will have to suffice. As the Dragonors are actually going for the Aerial Lord Snipe, they are not going to focus on the Way Watchers, leaving that to other forces. The Giant that was once healthy is now dead. Temujin is in this game. He's almost caught up to Chaos and value. He's just behind Wood Elves. The Greenskins have kind of plateaued out. They took an early lead, but they're having issues continuing to deal damage. Crimson Killer's almost dead. Orc Boy's all routing. And how is Vlad? That's the only concerning part, is Vlad is down to half HP and he's heal capped. The Giants have been swinging at him, and Azag has been Spirit Leeching this whole time. In comes the White Kings, and Vlad catching up to Azag once again. Azag's dangerously close to the side of the map. Couple good hits in here from Vlad. Yeah, he is taking so much damage so quickly. He'll get pushed out, probably right off the map, potentially dooming the Greenskins, because they are not very happy to lose their lord. Elsewhere, the slow pincer of the Greenskins is pushing both Chaos and the Wood Elves against the corner of the map. They are officially in a corner here. I wonder if they can break out. Chaos isn't even trying to. Chaos is just trying to get a fight as the Way Watchers continue to run away to the best of their ability. Ariel got her heal cap shown just from a little bit more apotheosising. And the Wood Elf Wild Riders, just a desperate rear guard from them. Look at them, still trying to keep the Way Watchers online as they rout the Chaos Warriors with the Discouraged Aura. They're doing their best as the Greenskins still close the noose. The Undead have won their fight, and they're going to turn back towards this area, though I imagine they'll get here a little late. The Undead are not known for their haste. Kite in your new player tournament? This has gone off the rails, sir. We're in a free-for-all. Stop questioning things. The Undead looking like the most likely contenders to contenders? Yes, contenders to quote-unquote win, where you survive to the end, your last army on the field, and I think you get 2,500 extra points. But the winner of this overall is the most point value, so if the Greenskins can get a lot of damage before losing, could still take it. Crimson Killers have rallied, more Orc Boys have also rallied to come to their aid, and yeah, you can see the Greenskins just reforming lines to deal with the oncoming Undead. Less focused now on closing in the pincer around this cornered section, more focused on getting a little bit of buffer between themselves and imminent danger. The Wood Elves, after a really rough start, did somehow bring it back. Their Way Watchers almost out of ammunition. The Hawkeyes have 5 shots, 8 shots over here, none on this guy. And Brother Advantis is knocked out with a score of 7,500 for hitting that defeat. Where's the Glade Lord? I swear he was fine. Yeah, he's right there. He's chilling. Or she? Is that a she or a he? Does it matter? I don't think it matters. So now the Orc Aura boys, realizing they abandoned Azhag to his fate, light up these Cryptors who are on their way in to fight the Orc Biggins. Orc Biggins do have anti-large, so those Cryptors are going to have a terrible time. And their healing cap is showing. What up, Airstrikes? I hope you're at a hotel for a good reason and not a work reason, because work hotels are less fun than fun hotels. The undead closing in on the greenskins, and the Wood Elves ride to the aid of Vlad von Karstein. Not a sentence you're used to saying, but here they go. Flying in there. I don't know why I just got a bunch of things at the bottom of my screen. That was very odd, but the Wild Riders flanking the Orc Aura boys, saving the undead a lot of pain. Vlad is definitely going to tip his hat to them as they do his grisly work. Now the Wood Elves, of course, I mean, they're doing this because they want damage value, which they're getting. But I definitely don't think a depleted Wood Elf force with very little arrows can beat all of these undead. So if they were hoping to live through the night, they probably wanted to pair up with the greenskins, not betray them like this. But if they're looking for raw damage value, then yeah, sure, flank those archers. Get that money. For work, but you like it. That's allowed. Have I been too positive, though? The forces of the undead do seem to be having some issues. We have some flanking Crimson Killers coming in. The Way Watchers are using the last of their ammunition on the Corpse Cart, and the Corpse Cart is precious. Corpse Cart is keeping this army alive. It's still healing up these zombies, giving Skeleton Warriors stats, so really good for the Wood Elves to snipe that out. 3 shots left and 5 shots on those Way Watchers, respectively, as the Orcs are starting to rout. But no one has the agency to chase them besides the Wood Elves, so I would like to see the Wild Hunters just chase off these Orc Aura boys and get all that free damage value as they run. The Corpse Cart is going to crumble away. No more free healing and vigor for the Vampire Counts. And is that going to be too problematic? Temu is past Brother Advantis in score. The greenskins, whether consciously or not, seem to be siding with the undead in sprinting towards the Wood Elves, who are still in that corner. But then realizing they're running side by side with each other, I shouldn't have said anything. They immediately attacked each other as soon as I said words. Karen Rates and Cryptors back into the fight. Vlad and his double White King still being a menace while some summon zombies chase off Orc Aura boys and Orc Biggins. Greenskin Pig Cav gonna plow through zombies, trying to lend some sort of aid to their hard-fought brethren, but Orc Biggins managed to shatter. But Vlad uses an Overcast Amplification Hack to heal up pretty much every unit in his army, but the Overcast does do a lot of damage to him. The Way Watchers shoot him in the face. Another Apotheosis for Sigvald. And actually, the Wood Elves might just survive this battle. From taking an early deficit to kiting and healing it out, they look like they'll endure. Way Watchers, 1 volley left, none left on either of the others, but Vlad has finally faded from this realm. The Orcs have rallied once again behind enemy lines, going to fire in, hopefully, for their sake, not hopefully for me, I don't give a shit, but hopefully for their sake, they just get to safety. These Savage Orc Poor Boy Biggins going to try and keep the Wild Riders off their case so that these guys can just shoot for a while and do their best. Now the Glade Lord and Ariel are putting up another rear guard, as we've seen, to keep the Way Watchers safe, but now to what end? The Way Watchers have no ammo. I mean, these guys have technically 1 ammo, which I wouldn't be surprised if it's literally 1 arrow among all of them, but there they go. Should be out of ammo now. Should. Savage Orc War Boys took one of the Wild Riders with them. It is the ROR, but now they are dead. The Orc Aura boys are left on their own as the reindeers are coming. pretty good focused fire from such depleted force, trying to take these guys out. And these are orc boys. I mean, they're not goblins. They can fight back moderately. I wouldn't be shocked if they routed one Wild Rider. I don't know if they can route both. Ariel, meanwhile, is getting beat up by the White Kings. And there's the Crimson Killers come in. They come into the side to cleave through zombies in aid of the Wood Elves, but there's still two White Kings there that are very spooky and very dangerous. Demishin is catching up. He's caught the Greenskins in value pretty much. He's still a little behind the Wood Elves. We have ourselves a neck and neck race for the end. The Savage Orc Barbarians come in with a rear charge to rout off the Wild Riders. That'll secure the Orc boys. And we have more Orc boys in the trees. There's more Orc boys in the trees. Where are all these Greenskins coming from? I feel like there's just a constant stream of Greenskin reinforcements that never stops. So the Wild Riders are all pushed off. These last two Orc boys should be safe to just fire for the rest of the game. Ariel's going to heal herself up a little bit while routing off the Crimson Killers, which actually helps the White Kings who are busy trying to kill her. It's all madness and confusion. The Way Watchers with no ammo are now having to opt into melee, and some of them are even terror routing. Do they terror out all the way off the battlefield? No! They rally while face planting into the white line. They're back, baby. To what end? I don't know, because they're still fucking melee Way Watchers in a late game as the White Kings go aerial hunting, and the Orc boys return to also shoot at her. So now the Undead and the Greenskins are teaming up on aerial, when previously the Wood Elves and the Greenskins were teaming up on the Undead. So the alliances are temporary, and it's almost like everybody is taking advantageous fights where they can to get the most value they can. Still, the Greenskins and Vampire Counts are tied for value. The Wood Elves are maintaining a 1,000 lead, but at this point, honestly, the scores are so tight, it's whoever survives that survival bonus will definitely determine who wins this fucking game. Like, 2,500 extra score is definitely going to determine who wins, as it is an all-out brawl. The Cryptors are going to fade away. They're heel-capped. They're crumbling. They have nothing left. It's the Khorne Wraiths terror out the Orc Biggins, but they're also crumbling from the loss of Vlad, and they're getting shot at by archers this whole time, which is pretty troublesome for their chances. The Orc Boys, the strategic Orc Boy reserve in the trees, is going to come in nice and late, but can anybody kill the double White King? I am very concerned about the double White King just carrying this out. The Glade Lord leads the Way Watchers on a charge. That is a thing that is happening here as the Orc boys continue to try and shoot, but shutting down the very strong one while the shattered units are all running from Khorne Wraiths. And I still think the Undead have it. Because, I mean, Double White King is strong, and we do still have Khorne Wraiths. As the Greenskins' leadership is proving just too fickle, and the Wood Elves' oomph is not really there. I mean, you have one Glade Lord. These Way Watchers are pretty whatever as far as damage goes. For the White Kings, they still have two zombies to rely on for a bit of buffering. Khorne Wraiths, little scythe ghosts that could, bouncing and bobbing around the Glade Lord as the reindeer charges straight through them. They will crumble to their death, sure, but eventually you have to fight the White King. Greenskins look like they're resting, just trying to get vigor back so they can have a little bit of leadership in this fight. The Glade Lord is in, pushes a White King all the way away, but now is fighting that dreaded 2v1, surrounded by zombies. Ooh, that White King just stabbed the elk in the chest. I hope that hit, because it looked like it should have. There's another good hit. Temushin just about to pass the Greenskins. Siegfald's Way Watchers not retreating yet, so far not abandoning their lord. All three of the extremely depleted Way Watcher squads fighting the good fight against the White King and his zombie legions, who are starting to crumble, which could be a problem. And I still love how the Greenskins are standing on the sidelines just trying to get their vigor back. Glade Lord's down to 3,000 HP, trying to get hits on the White Kings. That is no easy task, and they need the Greenskins if they're going to have any hope. Greenskin archers firing in. Orc Biggins also standing on the sidelines. Other Orc boys going to rear charge over here just as all the Way Watchers break, leaving the Glade Lord alone. The Glade Lord asks for aid from the fungi, and the fungi shall answer. Orc boys are in, going to chop easily through these already crumbling and almost dead zombies, wherever the double White Kings are. They need to reap a heavy toll of orc blood. Oh my god, the Glade Lord went after the orc armor boys. Why? Are you insane? They were helping you. They saved you, you treacherous bastard. They came in your time of need, and you just fucked off. So these orc boys are like, wait, where did the big wood elf lord go? Oh shit, and they get dragged down by zombies. Do the greenskins need to attack? Nah, dude, it's an FFA. There's no attacking rules here. The Glade Lord going out for easier prey, thinks they can rout the Orc Biggins and Orc Arboys and get decent damage value instead of just fighting the White Kings to the death. The White Kings do shatter off some Orc Boys. Crimson Killers got back to winded. They're not quite fresh. The zombies are still crumbling away, so they are on a timer. They'll never rally at this low of HP point. The Orc Biggins, with their anti-large, they're holding for a surprising amount of time, but the Orc Armor Boys are shattered with 8 ammunition left to them. The Wood Elf treachery is complete, and yeah, as soon as the archers are taken out, the Wood Elf Lord is back into charging the White Kings, knocks one over, doesn't get damage because foot characters are infamously hard to actually damage, as the Glade Lord is currently getting bodied by 2 White Kings. Doing his best, but I mean, they have 4,000 HP and 3,000 HP versus the under 2,000 of the Glade Lord. One of the zombies did officially fade away entirely. Orc Biggins are shattering, and for the Greenskins, it is just the Crimson Killers left in the fight. For the Wood Elves, it's a Glade Lord and double Way Watchers who are both almost dead, and for the Undead, it is certain victory in the hands of these 2 brave White Kings, continuing to battle it out, continuing to drag down the Glade Lord slowly but surely. Unless the Crimson Killers have something ridiculously heroic left in the tank, they are up to 44 leadership. They have killed the zombies. They do have anti-infantry armor piercing. They can kill the White Kings, maybe. White Kings alone. No more zombies to defend them at all as the Glade Lord and Crimson Killers continue to fight in just a 3-way brawl. I doubt the Crimson Killers care who they hit, as they're going to hit all of them and try and get that value out. The damage values are dead even. It is literally whoever survives this just wins. That is all it is. No one could possibly get enough value to outweigh the thing. The winning bonus. You know what it is. Crimson Killers still trying to fight the Glade Lord, cycle charging back in as the Crimson Killers catch back up to these guys and keep swinging, keep fighting. Another foe seeker as the Glade Lord is going to rout. The only things that could possibly rally for the Wood Elves are the 0 leadership Way Watchers and the Glade Lord, who's already positive on leadership again, but taking some slow cleaving as the Crimson Killers continue to fight the White Kings. Everything else is shattering, but we have some Savage Orc Board Biggins back in, baby! The Greenskins are back! They ain't giving up! They've been betrayed by everyone in this entire game, but they're back, and they're doing it, and the Crimson Killers never retreat, never surrender as the White Kings try and chase down the Glade Lord, but none of you guys are fast enough to catch the Glade Lord, so you should probably just stop and fight the Crimson Killers. Hummus, you have 60 winds of magic. Cast a spell. I refuse. Hi, Fireball. Crimson Killers cleaving through the White Kings. They desperately need to kill the Crimson Killers or rout them off or something, because Crimson Killers are actually doing insane amounts of damage to them. The Greenskins are back in this. The Savage Orc Border Biggins are charging past. No, they're not going to aid the Crimson Killers. They're going for the Glade Lord, who has rallied. They definitely need to just rear charge the White Kings. They're coming in now. The Crimson Killers really needed that leadership buff. They just got a couple more seconds to keep fighting as they're cleaving through the White Kings. This one's even starting to crumble, which that crumbling damage is huge. I mean, any damage is huge, but the Greenskins all of a sudden shatter. They shatter. They're gone. No, I'm doing so good. The Crimson Killers with impressive 1,700 value, but that is probably going to be the game, as the vampire counts are second highest in damage value, and they are definitely going to survive. Also, for sure, with the winner's bonus, they'll definitely win, but we'll see if they even get a natural lead on the gold damage value before the winner's bonus takes hold. He does not do it. Sigvald retains the lead at the natural end of the game, but the winner's bonus goes to the vampire counts, and that definitely takes them over on the scoreboard into a W with 14,000 points. Temeshin takes the lead. Hey, I liked that hill. Fireball Phoenix, you liked that hill. I like, look at that. Look at the remaining percentages, by the way. Remaining percent of your army. The losers have 16, 35%, and 29% that returned home to their families. The undead had 0% of their army remaining, and they won. What kind of victory is that? Let's be honest. What the fuck? Like, in the video game, yeah, he won for sure, for sure. But I'm talking about, like, the lore. Like, the Wood Elves, the Greenskins, and Warriors of Chaos had to go back and tell their people we lost. And their people go, lost to who? And they turn around, and there's no one left on the battlefield. They go, wait, where were the undead? I thought they won. They're all fucking dead. That one White King was too low. He was definitely going to crumble to death regardless. So I guess like the only thing that could have survived is literally one White King. That one would have been high enough to not crumble and actually hold the battlefield, which I imagine eventually the other guys come back. Look at the value! 2,700 value on that White King, 1,800 on the other, 2,000 on Vlad. That's insane. That's insane. All right, chat. I have a question for you, and this is a real question. Is that worth a repost on the channel as a video? Do you think that would be good content or not? Do let me know. I'm legitimately curious. If you're like, nah, that was funny as a one-time thing, but not funny enough to be a standalone video. Or if you think that would do good numbers. Big numbers. Best numbers. Honestly, the lag wasn't terrible. Like, it started off kind of rough, but it got better. It was manageable lag for a free-for-all. We have 18 votes, 100% yes vote. Okay, well that seems pretty conclusive, but we'll deal with that later. If you care about the actual tournament we all supposedly came here for, I think Greyheart won it. Yeah, I think Greyheart won it overall. Because he beat Fireball and they tied, so I guess I call it a tiebreaker. But it was a weird night where like we had 7 signups and 3 left. Electric Spinach had to leave. Like he didn't have to leave. CA kind of fucked him and he couldn't join a lobby, so that's not his fault. But like he couldn't play in the tournament is what I'm trying to say. We lost Tiberius and Bongo. I have no idea where either of those guys went. So that was pretty rough. So then we went down to a 4-person tournament and just got ugly. I appreciate all the players being willing to just roll it into a free-for-all and be chill. That's very cool of them. Thanks, lads, who did that. But yeah, Greyheart technically won. I'm not going to give him the Bone Ripper role unless he really, really wants it, but that feels kind of like a shitty way to get kicked out of new player tournaments. Because if you don't know, the only reward for winning the new player tournament is you get a Bone Ripper role, which is nice. It's a good badge of honor. I'm not trying to shit talk it, but it stops you from playing in my future new player tournaments. So I don't know. It would just feel kind of shitty to kick him out of new player tournaments in this one where like everybody left. So he didn't get like the last hurrah he needed. Not needed. Last hurrah he deserved. It was just kind of like a, oh, everybody quit, so I guess he went by default. I don't know. I also just like watching Greyheart play, so I'm not sad to see him stay around. It's up to him, though. I mean, if he wants the Bone Ripper role, he can definitely have it. If I were him, I wouldn't want to get kicked out of new player tournaments, but... Alright, he says he'll remain a Rat Ogre, which is fine. He did have some really sick plays tonight, though. His Norska was usually pretty good. Good target selection. I haven't seen someone this talented since Hayseed many years ago. Tales were told of when the Dragon Ogres roared across the plains. They give an amazing voice, sir. I'd love it if you did a stream only speaking German. I would have to remember my high school German. Also, Necromancer came in with the 5 gifted memberships. Thanks so much, Necromancer. Though one of your memberships did go to Pigman, which is a loss for everyone. Can I revoke my Bone Ripper status? In-cars, aren't you a Gracier? Alright. With 24 votes, it looks like only one person voted to not have it repost, so I'll write myself a note to go repost it. But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game. Do we have anybody to raid? Tequila, are you streaming? Is Tequila even still here? I doubt he'd be streaming this late. He tends not to do that. Yeah, nobody's streaming. Well, if you need more Warhammer content, I can't raid them, so we'll just do this. Tactical Lich, lovely gentleman. He streams every Wednesday and then some weekends, but he's been really consistent on those Wednesdays. He does little mini faction wars where people take a single faction and get as far as they can, things like that. So we love Tactical Lich. He's been casting for longer than I have. I learned how to cast from watching his videos, so the fact that he's less subscribers than me is really criminal. So do check him out. Like, I'm not gonna just say go subscribe to him. We do have different styles, so if you don't like his casting style, then you don't have to subscribe, but I would ask you to just at least, like, give him a look. Like, give him a fair shot. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but if you do like it, strongly consider subscribing. He deserves so many more subscribers than he has. And then we also have Tequila Sunset, Big Yoshi. 737 subscribers, trying to get him up over that 1K mark. I think at 1K, you can still get into the CA content creator program, I think. So let's get him up there. Get another voice for multiplayer in CA's ear, but he does a lot of varied content. I think it's like mostly Conquest and Land Battles right now, but I saw him the other day streaming Domination, so I think he's just kind of doing whatever. Yeah, those are 2 good dudes. Anyway, subscribe to me. It'd be kind of messed up if you went and subscribed to them, but you aren't subscribed to me, so like, come on, bro. What are you doing? Oh, no, I got that. I just wanted to see the likes. We had 32 likes. Nice. Does anyone else take Ariel? No, not really. Tequila's good. I found him looking for replays. Yeah, Tequila is good. Tequila's great. The Dom stream was because someone couldn't host and GP asked me to fill in. Well, then you're a good person for filling in. You deserve subscribers. That's it for me, lads. I'm going to bed. As I said, Grace and I will be gone Thursday through Sunday. I'm going to try and stream tomorrow. No promise, but I'll try if I can get home from work fast enough that I can stream before we got to pack up. So I'm going to do the Clan Rat playoff tomorrow if I have time. Okay. That's all the news I have. Go away. Shoot. Get out of here. Get out of here.